going on, everybody, and welcome back to the 4 for 4 Philly Fan Podcast. The Eagles and the Chiefs play in Super Bowl 57 in just 5 days. It's 5 days away, and I can't believe it. Still, to this day, going from where we started in the beginning of the season with the questions about Jalen Hurts and the questions about the offense and Jonathan Gannon and pretty much everything based on everything with the Philadelphia Eagles, because obviously, if you are around here, even if you're not, you probably know that the Philadelphia Eagles are the number one team in this city. Whether it just is. I mean, in my opinion, I like the Sixers the best, but doesn't mean I'm not still a diehard Eagles fan. Obviously, that's how Philly fans are. We like all of our teams. We love all of our teams equally, but some people put everything on the line for the Philadelphia Eagles. And the fact that they're in the Super Bowl after all the questions, all of the drama, it's just so great to finally, you know, be finally get to the top. I know we didn't win it yet, but you got the Union going to the MLS Cup. You got the Phillies going to the World Series. You now have the Eagles in the Super Bowl. And it's truly just it's a great time to be a Philly sports fan, and I hope that a lot of you guys don't take this for granted, because who knows what could come of this? You know, who knows? It could be something special. I truly believe that. But let's get into the reason why I'm making this video, and I'm gonna give you guys my keys to winning this game. If you're the Philadelphia Eagles, you have some strong abilities to win this football game. Obviously, you had the most sacks in all of football this year with 70 in the regular season. Uh, you have a historic offense where you just broke the record for all-time rushing yards in a season. I'm pretty sure we have like 40, 41. You have two receivers getting over 1,000 yards for the first time in franchise history. You had a receiver get 1,000 yards for the first time since 2014. You had a running back who ran for 1,000 yards. You now have three running backs during this playoff run who have been great. Boston Scott has scored in both playoff games. Kenneth Gainwell has looked amazing this playoff run. And Miles Sanders has looked great all season. I mean, you need 4 or 5 yards, put in Miles Sanders. And he's not even a downhill back. He's more of an elusive back with some speed to him, and he's even taking it right to the hole and getting the first down. The key, I believe the key to this game, if you are the Eagles, and I think that both sides know this, it's the running game. How do you prevent Patrick Mahomes from beating you? You take him off the field. You keep him off the field. You do everything you can to not let Patrick Mahomes beat you. Kill that clock. Run down the field. Score. I know it's a lot easier said than done. They're in the NFL. They're in the Super Bowl. And let's not act like the Chiefs don't have a great defensive line. Chris Jones is a great defensive tackle. I mean, he's one of the best, if not the best in all of football. They were also second in sacks, the Chiefs D-line. There's some holes, you know, on both sides of their offense and defense, but you can't say that Andy Reid isn't one of the greatest coaches of all time. Patrick Mahomes is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Travis Kelce is one of the greatest tight ends of all time. And sometimes that's all it takes to beat you. But to prevent that, run the ball. Run that clock. We've done it before, and we should do it again. I believe that truly, that one of, if not the most important key to this game is run the football. You have Jalen Hurts. You have Kenneth Gainwell. You have Boston Scott. You have Miles Sanders. Pick one. Quarterback sneak or quarterback draw? Go right ahead. Kenny Gainwell up the middle? Go ahead. Miles Sanders end around? Go right ahead. Boston Scott 2-yard rushing touchdown? Do it. I don't care. Run the football. That is what I believe that the number one key to this game is going to be for the Philadelphia Eagles, is running the football. Also, their receivers are not fully healthy. Juju is not fully healthy. Kadarius Toney is not fully healthy. Marquez Valdez Scantling. Yeah, he had a really good AFC Championship game, but who knows? And they're also missing McCall Hardman, who's now on IR. And I know that they bring in Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but even when Clyde did play, I mean, Pacheco and McKinnon are better than him at this point in time. And it would be a mistake if the Chiefs picked Clyde Edwards-Helaire over Isaiah Pacheco, over Jerick McKinnon. It would just be a mistake. It would make no sense to me. So you got to have a run game. I know the Eagles' run game has gotten a lot better from the beginning of the season, but you can't have a Christian McCaffrey type run like he had in the NFC Championship against this offense. The Niners didn't have a quarterback at that time when Christian McCaffrey ran that ball in for that touchdown. The Chiefs are going to have Patrick Mahomes. I know that anything could happen. The Chiefs will have Patrick Mahomes. You cannot afford Isaiah Pacheco to run a 24-yard, 3-4 broken tackles touchdown. You can't have Jerick McKinnon do the same. And he's more of a pass-catching back. Jerick McKinnon's great out of the backfield, and you got to watch him. But can't overcommit to him because guess who's right behind him? Travis Kelce, who's the best tight end in football. So when you look at it, the middle of their offense, when you have McKinnon here and Kelce behind him, that middle of the field has killed teams in the past. You also have Patrick Mahomes throwing them the ball. You know he's going to run all around the backfield, avoiding sacks, because that's what he does. That's why he's one of the greatest. You're going to have guys get open down the field, and Patrick Mahomes can hit them. But I believe that the middle of the field, if you can contain that, Kazir White, if you can contain that, TJ Edwards, if you can contain that, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Marcus Epps, if you can control the middle of the field when Travis Kelce, Jerick McKinnon, Isaiah Pacheco are running their routes over the middle, if you can hold them, I believe that there's not much else that a partially injured Patrick Mahomes, a banged-up wide receiver core, can do to this Eagles defense. And not to mind you, the Eagles have one of the best pass defenses in all of football, if not the best. So that's my point number 2. Because if you really think about it, it's like basketball. You know LeBron's going to get his. You know Durant and Kyrie and Luka and Steph, they're going to get theirs. You know Mahomes is going to get his. You know Travis Kelce is going to get his. It's the guys around them. It's the Jerick McKinnons, the Isaiah Pachecos, the Marquez Valdez Scantlings. It's the Juju Smiths. It's the Kadarius Toneys. It's those trick plays that they run for their linemen. How many times have we seen Andy Reid call a play and it's a shovel pass right to a lineman or right to Travis Kelce? We've seen it all the time. I mean, it's one of their moves. It's one of their signature plays if you really think about it. How many times has Joe Thuney caught a touchdown or whoever their linemen are? I've seen it all too many times. You control the middle, you control the run game and keep Mahomes off the field, and you control not allowing other players other than Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes to beat you, the Eagles should win this football game and should be Super Bowl 57 champions. And I truly believe that. Also, Jalen Hurts has got to play better. I love Hurts, and I'm not a Hurts hater. But you can't sit here and tell me that Jalen Hurts has looked MVP like the last 2 weeks. He's looked good, but that's because he's a good quarterback. He's got to play perfect. he has to be flawless against this Kansas City Chiefs team. Because if you turn it over, we've seen it already against teams that don't have Patrick Mahomes on the other side, who had Taylor Heineke on the other side, Dak Prescott on the other side, Andy Dalton on the other side. When you turn this football over, teams kill you. They do. And if you turn it over to this Kansas City's defense, Patrick Mahomes is going to do the same exact thing. He's going to make you pay. He's that good. The Chiefs are a good football team. They're in the Super Bowl. We're not talking about an NFC divisional round against the Giants. We're talking about the Super Bowl against Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. It's that simple. I mean, look, we'll see how the game turns out in 5 days, but as of right now, those are my 3 points of how you can beat this Kansas City's team from a spectator. Look, I do not work for the Philadelphia Eagles. I have no. This is just as a spectator. This is what I believe that the Philadelphia Eagles should do: run the football, contain the middle, and let anybody else beat, or don't let anybody else beat you besides Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. You contain all of that, I think the Eagles should win this football game. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. The Eagles play a football game. Not only just a football game, but a Super Bowl game in 5 days. So get hyped, because the videos are just going to keep on coming. I'm going to post tomorrow and for the rest of the week. Also, keep an eye out. I'm starting a podcast this week with one of my boys. We're going to be live streaming that either tomorrow-ish or Thursday. We'll let you guys know. I'll post about it on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of that. 444 Philly Fan Podcast, all 3 of them. So go subscribe, go follow all those accounts to keep updated. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for the support. You know, I know I've taken breaks, but I know that you guys have shown support a lot lately, and I appreciate it. So thank you all so much for watching. Go Birds, baby, and I'm out. Peace.